So today's video is another video in the Hachette Disney Crochet Granny Square Blanket series, and today we are moving on to issue 62, which is the Jungle Book, a Dancing Fun Square. Now we need 6 different colour yarns for this issue, which is the coral, the lime, sage green, paprika, brick red and the white. And this is one square where we will be using our white for our main square as well as for the border. Now, I have had a lot of new subscribers to this channel, so I will just say, if you are a new subscriber, these videos for the Disney Hachette crochet squares are only intended for persons that subscribe to the magazine. These are a tutorial to go alongside the patterns that people have purchased. And that is purely because some of the magazine instructions can be quite tricky, which is why I decided to make these videos. So unfortunately, due to copyright, I can't reveal the full pattern, which means that anyone that doesn't already subscribe to the magazine, unfortunately, will have to click off of this video. But I'm sure you've seen all the videos that I've been doing recently. There are plenty of other patterns that I do design myself, so please do come back to one of my videos in the future. For all those that are continuing with me, remember to leave a like on the video when you have completed it, or even do it now. Just go and press that button now, because it just helps me to gauge how many people are still following along with the video. Leave a comment if you need any help or if you need anything else, and remember to hit that subscribe button so you get a notification for when the next video is posted, because I'm absolutely useless at posting them on the socials saying that I've done them. Can we have votes here? I've been considering making my own Facebook page, and then every time that I post a video, I will just put the link in the video. Would that help everyone? Would people follow along with a Facebook page? Put comments down below. That's below for me, but I'm filming above. So put comments down below here, please. Just tell me if that would be a good idea. Because if enough people say that they'll, sign up to the Facebook page, then of course I'll make use of it. I've got an Instagram, and do you know what? It just has no success at all. I just don't bother with it anymore. So yes, let me know if you want the Facebook page. Let's just get straight into it. We're starting off with the paprika. So we're starting off with a paprika yarn and a slip knot on our hook. And we are going to be doing 4 chains. So yarn around the back. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then slip stitch in the 4th chain. So you've got your 4 chains here, count back 4, go into the first one, pull up a loop and pull it through the loop that's on your hook, and you've done your foundation ring. 2 chains, 1 and 2, and then we're doing a treble into the ring. So pull both sides apart to find your centre, and for our treble we're yarning over, going into the middle, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We're then doing 2 chains, 1 and 2, and we want to do a treble 2 cluster into the ring followed by 2 chains. So for our treble 2 cluster, it does actually say, like a helpful hint on the first page, that a treble 2 together and a treble 2 cluster are both correct abbreviations for the same stitch, working 2 trebles together. So just know that if you see either of those and you think, hold on, they're exactly the same, that's because they are. So yarn over into the centre, pull up a loop, you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over again, back in through your loop, pull up another one, you've got 4 on your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 2. So we've completed 1. If you look under round 1, it tells you how many times you need to do the treble 2 cluster followed by the 2 chains. I'll just do one more with you. Yarn over into the centre, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back into the centre, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 2. So continue to do that the amount of times it says you need to in the magazine, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So I've done as many of the treble 2 clusters followed by the 2 chains as I need to, so the last stitches that I did with the 2 chains. And to finish off this round we want to do a slip stitch into the top of our first treble. We're not going into our chains at the beginning of the round. The ones beside that stitch beside it is our first treble, and if you look at the top you've got the V there. So go in through the V, pull up a loop, pull it through the one that's on your hook, and you've finished round 1. You can fasten off the paprika yarn. We're going to be working with the white in the next round, and you can join it to any of your spaces in between those treble 2 clusters that we did. So for round 2 I've attached my white to one of my spaces in between 2 of my treble 2 clusters. So I'll put that one on my hook, and we then want to chain 2, 1 and 2. We then want to do a treble 4 cluster into the same space. So for a treble 4 cluster, we're yarning over into the space, pull up a loop, you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you've got 3 on your hook. Yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you've got 4 on your hook. Yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you're left with 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 5. After you've pulled through those 5, you want to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. We're then going to do a treble 5 cluster into the next space. So yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You're left with 6 loops on your hook, pull through all 6, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. We'll do that once more. Yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, into the space, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, once more, pull through 2, you've got 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 6, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Repeat that as many times as it says you need to under round 2, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So once you've done those treble 5s together as many times as it says to do under round 2, you want to do 3 chains. We're then finishing off with a slip stitch into the top of the first treble 4 cluster, which is here. You've obviously got your chains here, and then this treble 4 cluster, and you've got a massive stitch in the top of it. So we're going in through that one, pulling up a loop, pulling it through the loop that's on our hook. You can fasten off your white. We're going to be working with the sage green next, and you can join it to any of your 3 chain spaces. So my sage green is attached for round 3. I'll put it on my hook, and we need to chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. We then want to do 2 trebles into the same space that we joined our yarn to. So yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Repeat that, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. We then want to do 3 half trebles into the next space. So yarn over into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and one more into the same space, pull through all 3. Into the next space, we're doing 3 trebles, 3 chains and 3 trebles. So yarn over into the next space, pull through 2, there's 1 treble, there's 2 and 3, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and now 3 trebles. 1, oh, nearly, 1, 2, and 3. 3 half trebles into the next, pull through all 3, there's 1, pull through all 3, there's 2, pull through all 3, there's 3. Our next corner, so 3 trebles, 3 chains, 3 trebles, there's 1 treble, 2 and 3, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3. 3 half trebles into the next space, pull through all 3, there's 1, 2 and 3. Another corner next, so it's 3 trebles, 3 chains, 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3, 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3, 3 half trebles in the next space, pull through all 3, there's 1, 2 and 3, and we're back to the original space. So into that space you want to do 3 trebles, 1, 2 and 3. We're then going to do 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3. We then want to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So we've got our chains at the beginning, go into the 3rd, pull up a loop, pull it through the loop that's on your hook. You can now fasten off your sage green. For round 4 we're using the lime, and you want to join your lime to any of your corner spaces. So for round 4 we're chaining 2, 1 and 2. We then want to do a treble into the corner space. So yarn over and into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We then want to do a treble 2 cluster, 1 chain and a treble 2 cluster in each of the next 2 spaces. So we're doing a treble 2 cluster, 1 chain, a treble 2 cluster into the next space. So yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1, 1 more into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 3, and now we've got to repeat that into the next space. So yarn over into the next space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, oh that was too many, pull through 2 and then pull through all 3, chain 1, and now 1 more treble 2 cluster in this space, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through all 3, and we're at our first corner. Into the corner we're doing a treble 2 cluster, 2 chains, treble 2 cluster, 2 chains, treble 2 cluster. So yarn over into the space, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 2, 1 and 2, 1 more, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 2, 1 more treble 2 cluster into this space, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3. So the corners are treble 2 cluster, 2 chains, treble 2 cluster, 2 chains, treble 2 cluster. Continuing on with this round, into the next space, it's treble 2 cluster, 1 chain, treble 2 cluster. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, 1 chain, 1 more treble 2 cluster into this space, pull through 2, bear with me, I've got a hair, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 3, and now into the next space, treble 2 cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 1, another one, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, into the next corner, treble 2 cluster, 2 chain, treble 2 cluster, 2 chain, treble 2 cluster. So in we go, pull through 2, pull through 2, oh that one's caught, there we go, pull through 3, chain 2, another, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 2, and last one into the corner space, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3. Into the next space, treble 2 together or treble 2 cluster, whichever you want to call it, 1 chain, treble 2 cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 1, another, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3. Into the next, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 1, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, next corner, treble 2 cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 2, another cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 2, another cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, next space, treble 2 cluster, 1 chain, treble 2 cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, chain 1, another treble 2 cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, next space, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 1, another cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, and we're back at the original corner. So into that corner we are doing treble 2 cluster followed by 2 chains twice. So 1 cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, chain 2, 1 and 2, another cluster, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3, chain 2, and then we need to do a slip stitch into the first treble. So if you turn it, your first treble is this stitch just here. That's one of your chains there. Your first treble is that one. So you're going in through this one, pulling up a loop, pulling it through the loop that's on your hook. You've finished round 4. You can fasten off your lime yarn. In round 5 we're using yarn E, which is the coral. So as per usual, the magazine's wrong. Where I just told you, it says in the magazine, join it to any right corner 2 chain space, which this is the right, that's the left, yeah? That's fairly obvious. So I've just tried to complete this pattern for round 5. Can't put it in the right one, it's got to go in the left. So I'll do it on camera. It's not this one, it's this side. That's really frustrated me because I've just wasted valuable moments of my time while I'm filming this at 11:10 and I know I've probably got another good 2 hours of filming to go before I can go to bed. So, I'll stop ranting now. So it's this one that we're joining our yarn to, not the right one, the left one. And I'll start this round again. So put your yarn on your hook, and then we need to chain 2. I will warn you ahead of time, this is now the 3rd time that I have done this round, because it's a bit confusing and not very clear in the instructions, and I'm sure something is wrong, but I have managed to figure it out, I think, by looking at the picture. So, we've done 2 chains. We're now doing a treble, a chain, and a treble 2 cluster into the same space. So yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, and now a treble 2 cluster. So yarn over, I'm sure you can do these by now, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3. So the next instruction is to do a treble 2 cluster, 1 chain, treble 2 cluster in each of the next 3 spaces. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, well, that's a space, that's a space, and that's a space. That's not what it means. And this is where I got very confused. We're not going into these big hole spaces in between those other stitches that we've done. We are going in the small tiny hole gap in between the V and the V. So we would go in here, we'd then go in through that one, and we'd then go in through that one. Doesn't explain that very well in the magazine, so let's do that, I guess. So it's treble 2 cluster, 1 chain, treble 2 cluster in each of the next 3 spaces. So yarn over, not in here, in that space. And I'm shouting because I'm shouting at myself. It's taken me so long to get that. So we're going in this one. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3. Chain 1. Back in, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3. Repeat in the next space. Not this one, the one after between those 2 stitches. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, chain 1, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3. Once more into the next, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, chain 1, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through all 3. And now you're at your corner. We're just chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then to each of the next 4 spaces, so here, 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 and here, you're repeating that treble 2 cluster, 1 chain, treble 2 clusters. And then when you get to the next corner, you're just chaining 4. So if you continue with that for the rest of the way around, I will meet you at the end and show you what you need to do from there. So I'm at my last space, which is just exactly the same as the other ones, the treble 2 cluster, the 1 chain, and the treble 2 cluster. So there's 1 cluster, 1 chain, and now a 1 more treble 2 cluster just to finish this space off. There we go. Just like all the other corners, it's 4 chains. And then we're finishing off this round with a slip stitch into the first treble. So you can see there, that is where we started. If you turn it, you've got your first V just here. So we'll go in through that one if we can. Pull up a loop, pull it through the loop that's on your hook. You can now fasten off your coral yarn. We're going to be working with yarn F, the brick red, in the next round. So you can just join it to any of your corner spaces. So round 6, I've joined my brick red. It's on my hook. And we want to do 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3. We're then going to do 2 trebles into that corner space where we've joined our yarn to. So yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and repeat that. Back into the corner, pull through 2, pull through 2. We then want to do 3 trebles into each of the next 4 1 chain spaces. So again, it's nice that it's actually telling us this round. We're not going into the spaces in between, we're going in, like the large spaces in between our clusters. We're going into the little ones in between that V shape that you've got there with the cluster stitches from the last round. And into each of those one chain spaces, we're doing 3 trebles. So yarn over, and into that first one, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. I've done 1 treble. And I'm getting caught up here. I mean, has everyone seen all these ends that we've got in thread in? It's just ridiculous. Can you tell I'm a bit annoyed tonight? Perhaps I shouldn't be filming. I'm really, really sorry, by the way. I've had a migraine all day, so it's not been the best of days. But anyway, we've done 2 in that first space. And then there's 1 more, so I've done 3. 3 in the next. We're not going into this big gap, we're going in between that V. So there's 1, 2 and 3. 3 in the next. 1, 2 and 3. 3 in the next. 1, 2 and 3, and we're at our first corner. So into the corner we are doing 3 trebles, 2 chains and 3 trebles. So yarn over, there's 1, 2 and 3, chain 2, 1 and 2 and 3 more trebles. 1, 2 and 3. So remember, it's 3 trebles in every 1 chain space. Your corners are 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles. I'll meet you at the end of the round. So last corner of round 6, we want to do 3 trebles into the corner space. There's 1, 2 and 3. You then want to do 2 chains, 1 and 2, and finish off with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So we've got 1, 2 and 3 chains, go into your 3rd, pull up a loop, pull it through the loop that's on your hook. You can now fasten off your brick red. We're going to be working with the paprika again in the next round. You want to join it to any of your corner spaces, and that will be our last round before we do our border. So my paprika is joined to my corner space. On my hook, chain 1. We then want to do 2 double crochets into the same space. So into that corner, go in through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, in through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We're then going to do a double crochet in each of the next 18 stitches along. So into your first, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both, there's 1. Into your next, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 1 more, 18. Into the corners we're doing 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. In through, pull through 2, there's 1 double crochet, there's 2, 2 chains, and 2 more double crochets. There's 1 and 2. So continue along, 18 double crochets. Your corners are 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets. I'll meet you at the end of the round. So to finish off round 7, we want to do 2 double crochets into the corner space. So there's 1 and 2, chain 2, 1 and 2, and you want to finish off with a slip stitch into the first double crochet, so you can see that V just there. Just go in through that one, pull up a loop, pull it through the loop that's on your hook. We've now finished round 7 and finished using the coloured yarns, and we're moving on to the white for the border, so join your white to any of your corner spaces. My white yarn's attached. I'll just put that one on my hook. Now this square for me is of average size, so I am sticking with the border instructions. I'm sure all of you know how to change your borders now with your size depending on how big your square is, so if you wanted to do a different stitch of a different height here, I'm doing the half treble. You can do the double crochet if your square is large. You can do the treble crochet if your square is small. But we're sticking with the double crochet. No, we're not. We're sticking with the half treble crochet. I do apologise. So we're chaining 2. 1 and 2. And we want to do a half treble in each of the next 10 stitches. So yarn over into your first, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. We've done 1. Into the next, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. We then want to do 2 into the next stitch. So there's 1 and into the same stitch 2. And now 11 half trebles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and last one, 11. Your corners are 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble, 1, 2 chains, 1 half treble. So you definitely know how to do this by now because it's the same border that we always do. 10 single half trebles, 2 in the next, 11 single half trebles. Your corners are 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble. I'll meet you at the end of the round. So to finish off this round, we are doing 1 half treble into the corner space, 2 chains. We then want to finish off with a slip stitch into our second chain from the beginning. So we'll go into the second, pull up a loop, pull it through the loop that's on our hook, and you can now fasten off your white because your square is finished. So there you go. There is issue 62, your finished Jungle Book Dancing Sun square. I must apologise for having a rant mid-video for that one. It got to me. This one frustrated me the most out of any square I think we've done. Like, that Jasmine was tedious, but this one, I think it's just because the instructions were a bit off and it frustrated me a bit. But I will say, now we've got the finished thing, I love it. It's essentially a granny square, but rather than having all the 3 clusters and going in between, you've got a 2 cluster and you're going in the middle of it, and it makes it look more dainty, and it has like less gaps in between each of the clusters. So I think this would be really useful doing this stitch. But I don't know if any of you have seen, like, what's really popular at the moment is those hexagon granny square cardigans. So rather than just doing the 3, like this last round, just not the last round, the paprika, but the brick red round where you've got 3 cluster, 3 cluster, 3 cluster of the trebles, and you've got those massive gaps in between. That's why I've never made one of those cardigans, because the gaps are so big. But if you were doing it with all of these instead, there's just tiny gaps in, so I might actually give that a go. But you all know how much I'm doing at the moment. It won't be anytime soon. I've got too much work on to do. I was actually really lucky, and I'll tell you this, a few months ago, that a yarn company reached out to me and offered me any of the yarn that I wanted for free if I just mentioned their company in one of my videos. And I've got to say, that was my I feel I've kind of made it moment with YouTubing. The fact that a yarn company reached out to me, I absolutely loved that. So if they're listening, I'm not going to name them, but if they're listening, thank you so much for doing that, because it made my day. But the only reason I didn't accept their offer is because I've dedicated my time at the moment to you guys, to finishing off this blanket. So maybe I might get in touch with them again once this project is over. But, you know, we're on square 62. We've still got another 38 to go, plus any of the cushions if you guys want me to continue. That's one thing I haven't asked yet. If you guys want to carry on with making the cushion squares, I will gladly do so. But you just have to remember that if we're doing one a week, that could be another year-ish, 38 weeks, year-ish off. So actually, let me know in the comments. I want to know, I'm asking now, are we doing the cushion squares or not? And I'll put some polls up in the Facebook groups as well. So just to finish off, that was the Jungle Book Dancing Sun Square. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Remember to leave it a like if you're following along with your magazine subscription. Leave a comment if you need any help. Really helpful if you do that you put a timestamp. So if you've got a problem at 20 minutes and 22 seconds, put 20 ... and 2, did I say 20 minutes 2 seconds? God, I can't even remember what I said 3 seconds ago. You know what I mean, you know what a timestamp is. Just put that in, and then remember to hit the subscribe button if you wish to get a notification when the next video is posted, which is really helpful for you guys because I am so busy at the moment, I haven't got time to post on socials. So that one is complete, and all that's left to say is have an absolutely wonderful week. I will try to get another video in for you this week with the squares. If I don't, I apologise. I've got the Halloween key rings to do as well. And honestly, I thought these videos took me a long time. Like I used to say, like, you know, these take me 8 to 9 hours to edit and upload and all that kind of stuff. 5 days. 5 days and 1 hour long video, and I was working 12 hours a day to post that last pumpkin video. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go and look at the pumpkin keyring that I posted at the end of last week. It's been pattern tested by professionals. It is suitable for beginners, for everybody that wants to try it out. Just go and give it a go. You don't have to make a keyring. You can use cuddly yarn to make yourself a cuddly toy with the same pattern. And loads of people have tested out. In fact, I've got them here so I can show you it. I mean, 1 minute, we need to zoom out a bit, don't we? Let's zoom out a bit. So here it is. Here's the cuddly toy. How cute is he? He's like the same size as my hand. And then the original pattern, I will just grab hold of it, was for the keyring. So you've got these two just here. And it's a project that takes 30 minutes. It's so quick to do. And I'm doing a 5-week series of Halloween keychains. So we've got the pumpkin, the ghost, the candy corn, the skull and the cauldron. Not sure which one I'm doing yet, but I'm going to be filming it literally as soon as I press stop on this video now, so I better make my mind up. But please join me for them, because it's nice to do something a bit different than the granny squares. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will stop talking, and I shall see you in the next one. See you then.